Guys, oh my goodness. Okay, this video is cool. I'm investigating 5 Asperger's myths and then giving you the truth behind it. I mean, yeah, let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to TheAspieWorld. My name is Dan. I have Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos on this type of content. So if you're new around here and you'd like to learn more, remember to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell. And also, if you're watching over on Facebook, be sure to give this page a like and a follow to see more videos just like this one. Boom! Guys, what is going on? Welcome back, different thinkers, making sure we think differently daily, because that's what we do when we're on the autism spectrum. I have a doozy of a video today. I love it. I love this kind of stuff. I did a video before about, autism myths and stuff that people say, but I wanted to do some on the terminology of Asperger's syndrome and what people say about Asperger's syndrome and the myths surrounding Asperger's syndrome as a nomenclature. Now, a disclaimer, Asperger's syndrome is autism. They actually got rid of this nomenclature and replaced it with Autism Spectrum Disorder, which we'll get into in a minute, actually. It's ironic that comes up in this video. But Asperger's and autism is the same thing, yeah, it's just an older terminology. That's pretty much it. Guys, if you haven't already, I have a free PDF, 7 life hacks for autism daily living. I'd love to pass on to you. It's completely free. You can download my PDF book on the card above here, in the description below, and on the end slate. It'll be super dope. It's a little gift from me to you. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit me up on Twitter and Instagram. Give me a follow. I love talking to you guys. I read and respond to every message and comment and DM. Alright, let's get into the video. Right, so I had so much fun doing the last video that I wanted to do another one because it's so funny that people have these like kind of predetermined like myths in their head about certain conditions, and Asperger's syndrome, because it's older kind of nomenclature, has loads of stigma and stuff attached to it. I love breaking down myths and stigmas, so yeah, I am just going to smash this one out of the park. I'm super excited. I have 5 really interesting, funny myths that people will say about Asperger's syndrome that we're going to knock down all together right now. Buckle up, sit down, let's get on with the video. Okay, number 1, you can cure Asperger's syndrome. Oh my goodness. So people believe that Asperger's syndrome can be cured with various kind of potions and techniques and all this kind of rubbish, or you know, it's just something that is apparent and you can treat it with therapy and then it disappears, right? That is not the case, okay? Asperger's syndrome, because it's an autism spectrum disorder, is a neurodevelopmental condition that impacts you. It's a lifelong disability. It cannot be cured. It's not a curable thing. It's not a disease. It's not an infection. This is a disability, a lifelong disability. So no, all the Karens, please sit down. This is not a curable condition. Okay, number 2, my favorite one. I get so many comments about this one. The myth is that people say Asperger's doesn't exist anymore. It's like, okay. So first of all, Asperger's underwent a name change. So the term Asperger's syndrome is an older terminology that's been used since the mid-80s, right up until 2013, where the DSM-5, which is the 5th edition of the American kind of psychology, psychiatry, diagnostic criteria manual, actually changed the name from Asperger's syndrome to autism spectrum disorder so that it was kept within that nomenclature and that naming convention, so people could access help and support and therapy wherever needed without having to kind of have 2 different diagnoses of, like, having to have Asperger's syndrome and then having to re-diagnose as autism spectrum disorder or something like that. So rather than have these kind of labels separating people out, they just lumped it all together and said it's autism spectrum disorder and that person is autistic. That's it. So after 2013, yes, the DSM doesn't use Asperger's syndrome as a diagnostic criteria, but the same person who would go there and have a diagnosis of Asperger's would now just be diagnosed and will be diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. That is simply it. Asperger's didn't just stop existing. It's like, my diagnosis, because it was just before this changeover in 2013, is Asperger's syndrome, but I wasn't walking down the street when they changed the manual like, oh my goodness, Asperger's syndrome doesn't exist anymore. All those things and the worries and the issues I have in my life have all disappeared. No, that didn't happen. So no, it does still exist. It hasn't disappeared. It just changed its name. Okay, number 3, it's spelled Asperger's. No, it's not spelled Aspergers. It's Asperger's, because Asperger's is a name of the guy who is a German psychiatrist and physicist, a guy called Hans Asperger, or Asperger, and because he was German, or he was Austrian, and it has like a German accent, it was Asperger. And so the terminology is that it's said Asperger, but it's spelt Asperger with like a G. But it's not As space Burger. That's not it. I can see you laughing behind your screen because you saw South Park. Yeah, I know. If you saw that South Park episode, give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to know if anybody has seen that episode. It was really funny. But yeah, anyway, you gotta take stuff on the chin. Okay, number 4, you could grow out of Asperger's syndrome. I mean, I don't know why people still believe that autism is something that you can grow out of, that they think that only little kids have it and then you kind of get a bit older. I don't know why people still believe that autism is a thing that you can grow out of and that little children are the only people that can have it, and as soon as they reach like 13, oh my goodness, you know, no, you don't have Asperger's syndrome anymore, it's disappeared. This is completely incorrect. Asperger's syndrome, again, is a lifelong disability. It's not something you can cure. You can't grow out of it. In actual fact, it kind of gets a bit worse as you get older, and it can really impact your life differently as an adult to when you were a child, which is very, very much apparent. But yeah, you can't grow out of it. Don't be so silly. Come on. Snap out of it. You don't grow out of it. Okay, number 5. People think that Asperger's is made up. Now, a lot of negative people in the world will say something really negative, and they'll say like, oh, Asperger's is just a made up condition so that you can be weird and introverted, but you want a label and you want all this rubbish. No, nobody really wants a label. I mean, maybe somebody wants a label, I don't know. But look, Asperger's syndrome isn't made up. Goodness me. Look, the guy who started the research in 1947 or something like that. Leo Kanner, Hans Asperger, Lisa Wing. There's loads of people who studied this stuff for many, many years. It's not made up. It's a real condition that impacts a lot of people in the world, because 1 in 100 people in the United Kingdom have autism and 1 in 60 in the United States have autism. So it's kind of like, yeah, this is definitely not made up, and it's not an excuse. It's nothing like that. It's not an excuse for bad behavior or anything like this, right? Or odd behavior. Asperger's is a real thing, or Autism Spectrum Disorder is a real thing, and the sooner people kind of like lighten up and realize that it's not made up and it's real, I mean, probably the better we'll be, because we'll have a more understanding, compassionate world who will help people on the spectrum achieve greatness, because they're all great and they're all awesome, and everybody deserves a fair chance in life, and that is simply awesome. If you have any other myths to add, pop it in a comment down below. I love reading your comments. I read and respond to every single one because I love you guys. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.